some Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I don't know why I felt like starting it like a drill sergeant. And that's why the color yellow makes me sad. But you know what makes me sad? You do! Anyway. Now, this part is just one event and one other duel. Sorry I haven't been doing too much of this game. It's just I've been a little bit busy, air quotes. School's almost over for me. We're almost in exam weeks. And since I'm in an AP class, I also have to take an AP test at the end. Woo! 3 essays, 2 hours, how lovely. But anyway, other than, and I'll really complain, I think I can do it fine. That's kind of been keeping me up, and also like all these last minute assignments and stuff. You know, I mean, come on, school's almost out. But here I show off the new deck I made. It's actually a Valkyrian, the Magna Warrior deck. It's kind of unwieldy to use because you need to have 3 monsters, then you have to have it in your hand. But I digress. This is the Jinzo event. Now, this is the event in this game versus the event in Duel Academy is very different. Like I've said before, there was some weird stuff that Duel Academy did with the events. One of them was this event where Jinzo does exist, but you don't fight Jinzo, you fight Jinzo taking over Tori's shadow. I'm not kidding here. It's just as bad as when Beauregard was just faded to black. It really is just him faded to black. And you duel him in one of those mirror match duels where both of you have the exact same deck and you're just trying to see who can utilize it better. Now, it was interesting, but you know, it was kind of lame in the end that you didn't actually fight Jinzo like in the series. You just fought some sprite swap of Tori with Tori's deck. I mean, come on. Now, an interesting strategy is that the Jinzo in this game, which you do actually fight, is he has a lot of strong attackers, and he also likes to use Ectoplasmer. The strong attackers, and I think a few defensive Pokemon, I can't remember for sure. The strong attackers are so that you won't be able to stand a chance at stopping him from summoning Jinzo, because that requires a sacrifice. And I don't remember what kept me there. The Ectoplasmer is actually I don't know why he has Ectoplasmer. It's not like he has any cards that benefit from it. All it really seems to do is get rid of cards on the field. And his deck is filled with like 2 trap cards maybe. So for those of you who rely on trap cards, which you have to in this metagame, because your opponents will easily outdo you with just their better cards in general. If you don't, then you'll probably have problems. Now, thankfully, since I have Force Raider, I can get rid of most of his cards with these. Gilgarth is a little bit scary because it's a high attack monster. But other than that, the Jinzo event doesn't really have too much going for it. I mean, what's sad is that another difference between Duel Academy and this game is that in Duel Academy, after you fought him, you actually got the Jinzo card, which is really, really good because Jinzo is able to stop traps, which are very prevalent in this game. And he was even more satisfactory to use in Duel Academy, where everybody had better cards than you. But I digress. And yeah, I think can't you just get him from a pack like every other card? I mean, come on, I just fought the freaking spirit of Jinzo. Don't I at least deserve his card? I mean, come on, is his card too much to ask for? And that can bring me into one topic of what is going on with the metagame of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, there's the synchro summons and stuff, but it seems like the Forbidden and Limited cards are getting really weird. Like, Jinzo, nowadays you can put 3 copies of Jinzo in your deck. I guess the metagame changed enough so that it doesn't matter anymore. And a lot of the cards, I was just looking at some lists recently, they don't really seem too good. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that all the cards on there deserve to be 3, but still, I mean, some of them you would be just fine with having 2 in there. And some of them I don't understand why they're in there at all. Probably because there's some strategy connected to it. Oh yeah, did I mention that I was dueling Jinzo? Yeah, it seemed kind of an easy duel. He's normally a lot harder, especially if he gets out that dang Jinzo, because it's a really high attack monster with a really good ability, especially with how effective it is in this game. You can duel him again later at night at that place, but there's really no purpose, because I've dueled him like 13 times, and I've gotten jack squat from him. And usually when you duel somebody a lot, they'll give you something in the end, like a duel recipe or something. Nope, Jinzo's just there. And now that I've done that event, Tori's unlocked. Tori is extremely annoying in this game. I mean just extremely annoying. His deck is centered around using the Destiny board, and all that is a trap card that is connected to continuous spell cards. So the continuous spell cards are like, it spells out final, with the trap card being F and I and AL coming afterwards, on the end turn of your opponent's turn. Now, Tori's deck is set up so that he can get access to it easy and able to keep it out. So really the best strategy to do here is just try and get rid of his spell cards whenever possible. The nice thing is, all you need to do is just destroy Destiny board and the rest of the cards go away. The problem comes in whenever he has it set up so that he is able to keep a card out there, and you don't have any way to get rid of it, and you can't attack him or anything to bring his life points down to stop him. Now, that sounds kind of confusing, but an example is just, let's say he has FINA in 4 of his cards, and in 4 of his zones, and he has to have 1 more, but he's really close to losing. So what do? Well, you would think try and just attack him until he solves his life points, but no, he ends up using a card that stops you in your tracks, like Sword of Revealing Light, or I think it's Nightmare Cage. Can't remember right off the top of my head. But yeah, if you don't have any cards to get rid of spell cards, you're done. And a lot of the really good spell and trap destroying cards are usually limited, so you're kind of stuck. That ain't good. Now, I do actually like the Destiny board. I don't know why I was thinking final board. Because it gives you a bonus if you win the duel doing that. And it's not really a hard combo to pull off. You just gotta keep room in your spell and trap card zone, and you gotta stay alive for 5 turns. Now, because of its effect of you add a letter at the end of your opponent's turn, you can activate the trap at on your opponent's end phase, and then not only will you get the F, but you'll also get the I. Again, it sounds complicated, but when you do it, it's not hard. Now, thankfully, he didn't get too lucky, punk. Oh wait, here's the example of the using at the end phase, because then its effect activates, and 1, 2, 3, bam, FI. Thankfully, I was able to outmaneuver him and beat him quickly enough. But if I didn't have any way of attacking him, then yeah. Goes to show you just how broken continuous trap and spell cards can be at times. So as I was saying about the bonus thing, in Duel Academy it got you a nice 3,000, which was pretty high. I mean, I would occasionally use it, but I still say the Fontaine trick works the best. So yeah, this duel was actually pretty interesting. I had to really think about what I wanted to do to, you know, use all the cards I was getting effectively. In this game, I think you do get the same bonus, and that's, well, maybe not 3,000, but you do get a good bonus out of it. So it is possible to use it, but really the pack trick, I mean, come on, it's the pack trick. The pack trick is about the only thing you need to survive in this game. I mean, you need like, what, 150 to buy 70 packs? Well, the maximum thing is like, trying to think here. Yeah, the maximum would be like 50 for a brand new, freshly stocked pack. So, yeah, I mean, you get a lot of cards for a very low price in this game, if you know what to do. If not, then have fun dueling the same guy over and over and over and over again. Now, one weird thing that Tori does is that he really likes to use two random cards, Solemn Judgment, which means you give up half of your life points to stop the effect of a card or the summoning of a card. It's good, I guess, at the very end, but throughout most of the duel, you're probably not going to use it. Gonna use it. And he also likes to use Necro Valley, which is weird because, I mean, why does he want to stop you from using your graveyard? I don't know. He doesn't even use the strategies in his deck effectively. Like, he doesn't have a Polymerization or Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon to use with his Thunder Dragons.